And I think we are live. We'll see. You guys can let me know in the live chat. Get me an audio and a video check. Let me know how I'm streaming. Let me know what the sound quality is like there. All right, so no, it looks like we're good. Audio and a video check. So that's how I check right there. Let me know what the sound quality is like. All right, so we're good. Okay. Send me something. As you guys are coming in, please by all means do like the video. Hit me up in the live chat. Let me know that you are here. Say hello to the SMT. Let's see what's going on here in the live. We already got some people up in here. Hideka's in the house. Good to have you on, sir. 2CB6. What's happening? What's up, Pete? Good to have you on, brother. Looks like Pete will be moderating tonight unless he wants to jump in. It's up to him. Jess, how you doing tonight? Glad you can make it. Rafi's got moderating duties tonight. He'll be holding it down with the big wrench. Rafi, good to have you on, buddy. Thank you for being here and taking care of moderating duties as well. Yeah, please like the video as you guys are coming in. And do say what's up to the SMT. Tom's in the house. Good to see you here, buddy. MT Houston TX. I want you guys to welcome the newest member of the Patreon community. MT Houston TX. Thank you for joining the community. Thank you for the support to the productions here on the channel. MT Houston is the newest member to the Patreon as a Tier 3 Super SMT member. Just so you guys are aware, there are 3 tiers to the Patreon page if you decide, or maybe you're interested in it. There is a Tier 1, which is a $1 donation. And, that gets you the shout-outs, the occasional early access type of deal. Then you have Tier 2, which is a $2 donation. That gets you early access, shout-outs, the occasional exclusive video, things of that nature. And then Super SMT Tier 3, $3. Gets you early access, gets you the shout-outs, also gets you all the exclusive content and posts, and it gives you moderating status either here or within the actual Discord community. So a couple different perks there and things you might want to consider. Got 25 in the live. Thank you guys for being here. When you come in, please do say hello to the SMT in the live chat. And do like this video. Much appreciated. And if you're watching this on replay, thank you guys for watching as well. Go ahead and like the video if you're watching on replay. Big shout out to the replay gang. What's up, Tom? Glad you can make it. Send me some chili. Sounds good. Should turn off that TV. And let's see here. If it works. Works? Let's see. There we go. All right, so we're going. Robert Montoya's in the house. Thanks, buddy. Pizza. You guys are eating good tonight out there. All right. What's happening, Matt Dub? Glad to have you on. Gary's here as well. ACDC is in the house. TV is distracting, too much glare. All right, we're all set. Sean, what's going on, buddy? Friday was a pretty good stream. We covered a lot. What's up, Mo? What's happening, man? Paul, what's going on? Where's the like button? Come on, man, hit the like button. I want to jump in soon. I have the same shirt on. Yeah. He's talking about that shirt right there. Yep. He's talking about that shirt. Oh, let me go this way. Yeah. And then we'll be matching. We'll be like twins, right, Pete? Although I will say Pete might have a slightly better beard than me. Possibly. It's arguable, though. Eddie, what's happening, buddy? Glad you could be here. Gina's here. Paul's in the house. How many T3s are there aside from me in Houston? Most of the Patreon members are Tier 3. I don't know if we have any more Tier 2s. It seems like everybody upgraded from Tier 2 to Tier 3 in like the last month. We have a couple of Tier 1s donations, so that's cool. What's up, Chris? Good to have you on. Thanks for being here. Sean is here. Glad you can make it. It's actually open mic, really. There's a couple things I want to mention, but outside of that, it's open mic. Brad, what's happening? Afternoon. Where do you live, Brad? It's evening over here. It's 8:30 in the Eastern. And you guys are eating good tonight. Hey, Gregory. Good to have you on. Michael, good to have you on, sir. Thank you for being here. Ronaldo, what's happening? Glad you could be here, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello and, gracing your presence here tonight. Thank you. Hey, Carlos. Good to have you on, sir. Customer service sucks. It does, man. It really does. Just look at China Yuta comes. Oh, it does kind of. You're right. Get them likes up. Yeah. Why not? If you love the SMT, get those likes up. Need the last two video streams made you look pale. I don't know. I think it's the lighting. I got these like hyper white lights. I'm going to probably change it a little bit. Not sure what's going on there. For the TV is big and like, all right, Brian. Craig is here. Thank you for being here. Nothing really. Just got the FCC kind of giving their official vote. That was pretty much it. Sneed, you look like a ghost. So should I just like turn off the lighting or? Yeah, that doesn't really help. I don't know. I just think it's the light bulbs, the way the lights are coming out. I don't know. Maybe if I change the lighting in the room, let me see. All right. So now, got that. I don't know. Is that better? I don't know. I don't feel like it's any better. Anyway, we're done with that. It's okay. I'm working on lighting and stuff in this room, so I'll have it all taken care of here. One thing at a time. Mounted the TV, got the floating stand thingy in there. Okay, got you, Robert. Therald, good to have you on, sir. Therald, also a new Patreon member. Thank you for joining the community. Thanks for being here tonight, sir. Much appreciated. What's up, Brian? When you purchase a device from Verizon, are the pre-installed SIM cards locked for 30 days before you can activate service? No. No, I don't think they lock SIM cards at all, actually. 5:39 Pacific Standard Time. Very early there. Oh, much better. Yeah. It's all right. It's not really about the look, you know what I'm saying? It's really all about the content. All right, so here's what I want to do tonight. Got called one time to get my S9 working. They were great. No complaints. Well, it's a mixed bag in my opinion, personally, Brian. Sometimes they're good with me, and then sometimes they're awful. All right, so here's what we're doing tonight. Tonight is open mic. The floor is open to you guys. Just some Q&A. Yeah, I got the Xbox One back there. I must have left it on. We could talk about pretty much anything. I mean, literally anything. In terms of maybe up-and-coming stories that I'll be doing some videos on. I do have a video up and coming on Dish and prepping for the merger, and they're kind of rolling that whole thing, becoming a wireless provider. I've got a video on Amazon that I'm going to do. That one might be a Patreon exclusive. We'll see. If it is, I'll let you guys know. And I'll send out the link if you want to consider joining the Patreon. I will have a video on Starlink. That'll be a Patreon exclusive for sure. I think there's an Altice review that I'm going to get to. Some other MVNO stuff. So some of that, I'll be letting you guys know what's Patreon exclusive and what's going to be on the channel. So there's that kind of stuff that's going on. So on Friday, you were talking about the OnePlus 7T MIMO being 2x2, and you mentioned about going after a OnePlus 7 Pro instead. Actually, Sean, it looks like that was kind of false information. It looks like they're both 4x4 MIMO. So that's obviously going to make a huge difference in the top end speeds of the phones. But I do think they're both 4x4 because it's strange because they're both Qualcomm Snapdragon 855s. In fact, the newer one, I believe, is an 855 Plus. I don't know if the 7 Pro is, but I know the T is a 855 Plus. So that being said, I know they've got 4x4 MIMO. It wouldn't make sense for them to not have it. But I think somebody had some misinformation, and we got it clarified. They're all 4x4 MIMO. Yeah, just let me know when you're ready, Pete. What's up, Nathan? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. It's very nice of you. The mark the phone IMEI. Right. I've never heard of the SIM, doing that. Sneed, have you heard about Google replacing Android with Fuchsia? Yeah, I guess that's pretty much in the cards. I don't know, is that the next year or two or something like that? Oh, that's strange. When will the Note 10 5G variant come to T-Mobile? All we know is Q4. That's really all we know. That means October. That means November, possibly. That means December, possibly. Who knows? I'll keep you guys posted. I am looking forward to possibly getting my hands on that device. Anybody looking to save some money and try the Visible service, there's a referral code there. Help you guys try that if you're interested. Think about upping my S8 Plus, but I'm waiting for next year to see what Samsung brings. The S11 is going to be a completely new camera overhaul. It may be worth it to kind of wait. The S8 Plus is still good, but by next year, it's probably going to be a little bit long in the tooth. So anyways, so phone-wise, up and coming devices and the devices that have already dropped this year, up and coming, all that's really left is the Google phones. So we're expecting in the next, a week or two or something, the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, those will be coming out. Already recently, we had the OnePlus 7T, the OnePlus 7 Pro earlier this year, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, Note 10 Plus, Note 10 5G on Verizon. The Note 10 5G will be coming to other carriers in Q4 of 2019, so we're expecting those soon. Keep you guys posted on that. We do have the iPhones out. You can go and buy one if you want. The iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max. So we got 3 new iPhones. The 10R takes a price cut down to $599. The iPhone 11 is coming in at $699. The 11 Pro coming in at $1,000, and then the Pro Max coming in at $1,100. The Note 10 comes in at $949. The Note 10 Plus comes in, I think, at like $1099 or $1049, something like that. And then the 5G variant, only on Verizon, but it's coming in at $1,300. And there are different variants to that. You can get additional RAM configurations and additional storage. Additional storage configurations, not the RAM. I think they're all 8 gigs of RAM. But then the OnePlus 7 Pro, which you actually can't buy from carriers anymore, like T-Mobile. They kind of like discontinued it. But you can get a 7T, which is a little bit cheaper. I think it's coming in at $599. The OnePlus 7 Pro is coming in at like $639 or $679, I forget. So interesting information there. Visible is now advertising on streaming services. I've seen it. I've been seeing their commercials. Very observant there. I'm kind of interested with the Pixel 4. We'll see what it's like when it comes out. The design is whatever. I've never really been impressed by their hardware designs and their build. But their functionalities are awesome. Hopefully it gets a spec bump in terms of RAM. I don't want to see 4 gigs of RAM anymore. I think 6 is kind of expected. They'll get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus. Not going to be 5G. But yeah, hopefully they give lots of storage, 128 gig type storage. You do get the free Google storage for life, which is nice and stuff like that. Robert says, I think I'm done with the Samsung Galaxy S line. I had 2. It was a good run. I mean, they're good phones. Like, I love my S10 Plus. It's been awesome. I really like it. Ice Universe said the S11 will have a huge camera improvement. Yeah, they're completely changing like the technology they're using. The entire setup in terms of the sensors and stuff, which is good. What's up, Randy? Good to have you on. Thanks for being here. Nathan says, what are the specs for the 5G Note 10? What is the storage? Will be a Plus model or regular Note? What are the differences in the specs? All right, so Nathan, pretty much it's a Note 10 Plus, but it's got 5G compatibility. Now, here's the kicker. There is no Note 10 Plus 5G that is going to be compatible with 5G on all carriers. So that's really the issue. You can get the low-band variant from AT&T, And I think the T-Mobile one is also going to be low band. The Sprint one's going to be mid band, and the Verizon one's millimeter wave. And they're each exclusive. So they only have one type of 5G. So the Verizon one is only millimeter wave. So it'll work on Verizon's millimeter wave. It'll work on T-Mobile's millimeter wave. But if you want low band, you got to buy either the T-Mobile one or the AT&T one. It's just, it's like nothing has changed. Nothing's going to be different between 5G and LTE, which I thought it was going to be. Note 10 5G is NR carrier exclusive. Exactly, Robert. And it kind of sucks. Really does. Ooh, I didn't know they did that. That's pretty cool. I wonder what they're selling it for. Will OnePlus 7T Pro model be coming to the USA? What carrier will it be on? I don't know about a 7T Pro. I didn't even know they were doing a 7T Pro. I couldn't tell you, Nathan. I'll check into it, though. What's up, bud? Good to have you on. Did you mention that Verizon and AT&T will have roaming agreements? Yeah, man, it's pretty awesome. I like the sound of it. They'll be roaming for AT&T on band 13 because they are both running on 2 and 4, so that's compatibility. And then, of course, Verizon, right? They'll be roaming on band 12 for AT&T, which is sweet. I wonder if if you have maybe a band 14 compatible phone, you'll get access to that band as well. But you got to have those bands. So if you're on an older device, you're not gonna be able to sense the difference in the network performance. Still buy OnePlus 7 Pro. I think they're kind of wrapping things up. So if you're getting one, it's got to be soon. I don't think they're restocking. So whatever they have in store is probably it. Ever heard of Wing? Any thoughts? I have no idea what that is. Sorry, bud. Roaming or network sharing? Roaming. They say roaming agreement. I don't know if it's the Zinger. Carlos with the super chat. Thank you for the kind and generous donation. Thanks, Carlos. It's very nice of you. Heard any news on Verizon possibly buying US Cellular? A couple of people who work at Verizon been telling me Verizon been pitching it around, training employees on US Cellular plan just in case. Well, if that's the situation and the way it's being described there, that basically just means they're buying it as an investment and they're not really looking to absorb it. You know what I'm saying? So it's still going to be operated as US Cellular. I don't know. The way that seems to be worded is implying that, but that wouldn't make any sense. Verizon's history is to absorb, take the network infrastructure, enhance the coverage, and use it on their native network. You know what I'm saying? So, and we know that they can't buy any spectrum right now. There's nothing out there for them, so that makes tons of sense. Aaron, the technology genius, what's going on? Are the iPhones going to be universal 5G? We don't know. We really don't. Something tells me that it's probably going to be like what we see with the Note 10 Plus 5G. Carrier exclusive for whatever type of 5G they have. Oh, so everybody's on Wing Wireless now? I've never heard of this company. Maybe we'll check it out near the end of the podcast. Heard about AT&T updating their plan soon. I heard about this I don't know. There was some speculation going on about like a month ago or so, but there wasn't anything official. It was just I heard they were going to do something from the enterprise side, so like for businesses and stuff like that, bundling deals. I don't know. If they're going to do new plans, I mean, it makes sense. They've done tons of network upgrades, so that would actually make tons of sense if they did something different, unique. Not true, Tom. I mean, they could be valuable investment. Wing is good. Okay. Thoughts on Windows Duo Phone? It looks amazing. That's the device we really need. It does seem really interesting. I want to see how it's going to work before I make a personal decision as a consumer. But man, is it really intriguing. It really is. Got to try out LTE band 14 over the weekend. My fastest speed test was 200 megs per second. Aggregated with band 2. Wow, it could do that with band 2? Holy crap. What's up, Tech for Your Needs? Good to have you on, sir. I bet the 21 iPhones will have 2 different 5G on our chips. Big ones for the Plus line, unlocked on the regular. So the way I see it is I think they're going to do it like what we see with the Note 10 5G. Like with a low-band variant and then one with like a mid-band variant and one as a millimeter wave. That just seems to make the most sense because that's what Verizon's, they're saying they're only going millimeter wave right now. I don't know. That means there's going to be a millimeter wave only one. AT&T is dumping DirecTV. I haven't heard that. I mean, it's not doing well. It's all just kind of conjecture at this point. We don't have any proof or evidence that that's happening there with DirecTV, but they're not doing well. Oh, they're not an MVNO. So what is it? How do they connect? It's interesting. Want that duo phone? Yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a cool concept. Hope AT&T gets rid of their outdated 22 gig deprioritization. Give the premium plan a 50 gig or 100 gig. They'll definitely do that for you, but something tells me it's going to come at a cost. Maybe they'll add a $5 fee or something. But their network has seemed to have been so bolstered recently. You know, I feel like they've been deprioritizing less, and that's the impression I'm getting from people. Who's going to have the best 5G out of the gate? By out of the gate, do you mean like mid-2020 when standards-based 5G is out? It's probably AT&T. They've got kind of the one-stop shop for 5G. They've got low band, mid band, and millimeter wave all in there. They've got the best portfolio of 5G. So Sprint has the most potential because of the type of spectrum they have, but they can't roll it out. They're not deploying because of their debt. They can't build it out. They don't have the money. I think Apple will wait until they're standalone 5G. And that makes total sense. They've never been on the bleeding edge of technologies. They've always kind of waited that extra year, sometimes 2 years for certain types of tech. Then why did AT&T purchase DirecTV in the first place? They did it for the they did it for the spectrum. They got spectrum out of it. It was a good deal. If you look at the purchase, it was, I think, 2015, maybe 16. You could see all the different things that they had to do as concessions. And you could see what they got out of the merger, actually. All right, cool. There you guys go if you got an LG device. Lawrence says, I've never noticed deprioritization at AT&T. Would nice to see some new plans, though. Yeah, refresh would be nice. Anyone with a 1 terabyte cap here? That's home internet, isn't it, Robert? That's not wireless. What's up, nerds? AT&T needs to up the soft data cap on hotspot usage. That is one thing they still keep on top of. At least in my case, they do. Yeah, they could loosen it up. That would be nice. I will say, though, like LTE-wise, AT&T seems to be doing a pretty good job about the actual performance of the network, and they don't seem to really feel the need to deprioritize too much. So that's actually good. It's an indication of a strong network that has a lot of capacity. Wing isn't an MVNO. Okay, I'm going to check into Wing. I've never heard of it before. With Apple, they rather wait and do it better. It's not about being first with Apple. It's about giving value to their customers. I don't know about value, but I mean, you're definitely right about them kind of waiting things out. They don't like being first generation in anything. I mean, it goes down to everything from like camera arrays with like the double cameras, even things like wireless charging. They added that, years after several different Androids had it, several generations of Androids. Like you think about the Samsung Galaxy S6, which had wireless charging, I believe. The S7, the S8, the S9, and then the S10, right? So it's had wireless charging all this way, and then Apple adds it last year with the new devices. So unless, I don't know, did they add it with the iPhone 10? I'm not sure. I know they have a glass back on it. Maybe they did. But yeah, they took them a while, very slow with that. And they're slow to adopt USB-C, which I think eventually they will. I just don't know when. They're going to hold on to that Lightning port as long as they can. Not really. I think there's a T-Mobile deal. I'm gonna actually record a video tonight. I'll have that uploaded tomorrow at some point. It's a pretty good deal, actually. It's an AT&T postpaid reseller. Okay. OnePlus 17 McLaren coming this month. I hear that OnePlus 17 McLaren actually is going to be a Verizon device, which is kind of interesting. It would be the first Verizon phone from OnePlus in their stores, but a McLaren edition sounds really expensive to me. So I don't know. They're coming in at like $1,500. I mean, who's going to buy it? Let me know your phone would say Wing as a carrier. Mine says AT&T. All right, got you. If you remember, it took Apple 2 years to add 4G after other brands had them back in 2010. Was the 4S the first 4G phone from Apple? Forget. Be surprised if they waited. No, I don't know. They bought Intel this year. They bought their 5G arm, the development side and research. So we'll see. But I do think that the first generation of 5G devices, in terms of the chipset, is going to be from Qualcomm. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Apple doesn't like to be first; they like to be the most stable and reliable. Yeah, yeah. They're they don't like the idea of leaving it to chance. Oh, bad. What's going on, buddy? They added on the iPhone 8 Plus. Oh yeah, it was the 8 Plus. So it was the generation of like the 8 Plus, the 8, and then the 10, which came out like a month or two later, something like that. Sprint or AT&Ts. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. This whole wing thing. Sneed, you're looking like a ghost. Too much lighting on your. I don't know what's going on with that. Actually, I don't know. Let me see here. Is that better? I don't know. Maybe. All right. How? It's not really better. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it was before. Sorry if I look like a ghost. Well, it's October, so. The iPhone 4 is HSPA, which is like 3.5G. Yeah. Aaron, the technology genius, says the first iPhone that was 4G LTE was the iPhone 5. Okay, so it would have been the 5, then like the 5C and the 5S. Those first couple iPhones. Okay, got it. Yeah, but it still is kind of. I don't know why I'm so paled out. I don't know why the camera's doing that. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There we go. Yeah, it keeps blowing out. Yeah, it's weird. All right. Michael says, I love the flexible plans with Telemobile. I'm able to choose the amount of each service provider from minutes and text to data I prefer. Sounds interesting. Ooh, wings. Sounds good. Remember, that's why I got the Nexus 4 instead. Untapped 4G. I enabled boot lock unlocked. Yeah, it's a good device. And I want to say the Nexus 4 was like $350, something like that. Pretty good price point. 3.5G, yeah. I prefer a all data plan. Wing looks like AT&T. It's visible. Will the 3.5G go away when 3G is stopped? Yeah, all that 3G action, MT Houston TX, all that 3G business is it's pretty much being phased out. The one thing that is keeping LTE, the one thing that's keeping 3G on are locations where 4G or LTE is not available yet. And there are places in the western part of the US, especially northwestern, when you look at like Montana, Idaho, the Dakotas, that sort of area, those are really sparsely populated regions that don't have, a lot of LTE. So because of that, they rely on 3G. And even some companies that are considered national, like Sprint, they rely completely on roaming agreements to get coverage. So until, all those areas are LTE enabled, you really can't completely disable 3G just yet. Verizon feels confident moving away from 3G. AT&T probably in the next couple years as well. I hear 2022, 2023. They may also push it back. They've got to make sure they have coverage. They got to make sure people can still call, get some kind of data transfer. First Galaxy S to have LTE was the S3. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember the S3. Beauty mode enabled. Yeah, that focus is awful. iPhone 5C was the worst phone release Apple ever had. Man, I don't know what they were thinking with that phone, but people bought it though. Was it like $499? It was like $100 cheaper than the 5S. think the 5 is like $5.99. Man, those prices back in the day were awesome. Anybody considering joining the Patreon page, there's the link for it. This open mic, then bust a beatbox or tell me something. You guys kind of make the call. I'm just rolling with the punches tonight. Yeah, I got a Twitter account. I've been on the Twitters. If you guys are interested in @ing me on Twitter, Sneed Tech. Check it out. Tello looks pretty competitive with prices. What network does Tello operate? I think it's Sprint. Montana barely has electricity. Oh, God. It's a sad day. Heard that AT&T is going to allow voice over LTE only phones on their network once they shut down 3G. So that would mean my iPhone 5 is useless in 2022. Still got one, huh? I remember when 3 megabits per second was fast. Me too. Miguel says, I remember T-Mobile was late to the 3G game when they had finally caught up. It was all AWS. That was whack. Waste of money. That's all water under the bridge now, though. You know what I'm saying, Miguel? They've really bolstered the network. They've caught up quite a bit. Still can't wait for the Galaxy series and Note series phones from Samsung to get AMD RDNA graphics. Is that what's being rumored for next gen? I hadn't heard that. Sometimes use my iPhone 5 with AT&T. It switches to 3G when I do phone calls. Oh, so it doesn't do voice over LTE. Most expensive item of tech you ever bought? Like TVs? My TVs are expensive. I always get expensive TVs. My laptop is pretty affordable. My Chromebooks, they're not expensive. I have a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. My Google phones were always kind of expensive. Other than that, I mean, my cars, they've got some pretty decent tech in them. They're expensive. $2021, okay. No, the AMD GPU is rumored to be on the Exynos variants, but probably 2021. Okay, well, that's going to be really, really nice. Now, if they kick up the refresh rate on that device with that type of graphics, I mean, that's a straight-up gaming phone. I mean, that's what the Note should be, right? It should be like the most highly productive, most capable device on the market. That would make sense. You can get used centrifuges and such on eBay for thousands of dollars off. Like for labs? Robert, are you talking about like chemistry centrifuges, like biochemistry stuff? Like, I feel like that's kind of out of our league here. You know, we're in network tech. Eddie says, is it possible to carry and lock my Samsung Galaxy Note 9 from Sprint? It is. It is. If it's paid off in full. If it's not paid on full, they might blacklist it for non-payment. So you got to be mindful of that. Pretty sure it's 60. Pretty sure it's 60 hertz standard. I don't think it's 90 hertz. Although you would think like a brand new Note device, like OnePlus is kind of flirting with the whole 90 hertz thing. The ROG phone, I think, is also 90 hertz. There's a couple devices with 90 hertz. You would think that the Note would kind of kick in the door. Maybe it will next year. I don't know. Welcome back, Tom. All right, so my goal was to be on here for about an hour or so, kind of hang out with you guys. We do have 65 in the live. I want to thank you guys for being here. Please do come in and say hello to the SMT, ask a question, make a comment. Just kind of a Q&A random discussion we're doing tonight on the podcast. So do say hello, say hi to the SMT and the community, and like this video. Help the channel out with that. Thank you. Better off going with Hello and Tello using a $25 plan. That's pretty affordable. If the cell phone companies need more capacity, they should do away with the old-fashioned voice calls and text, then upgrade the data systems and do everything through the internet. That's kind of what they're doing, though, Michael, especially Verizon. They're moving away from their old traditional core, and they're moving towards a more streamlined, upgraded form of their network. I mean, they're doing some big things, but they've needed it for a long time, I feel. Like Verizon's so profitable, you think they would have did this sooner. I know AT&T's been doing it. T-Mobile's network is a lot newer, right? They've been doing all their upgrades, in keeping pace with LTE. Sprint's technology is in need of upgrades, really. It's, from what I understand, sometimes it's even hard for them to do certain upgrades on certain macro sites. So yeah, that's kind of the situation. From my experience, policy may have changed. Sprint gives you a choice of global unlock or US unlock. You can't have both. I've done both maybe they did change it. I've done both. I did both last year. I did a Sprint unlock for an iPhone. It needed to be international unlocked and domestic unlocked. Got them both done. Who makes a phone pro? Seeing people with less capable phones makes things awesome. I say it's up to the skill set of a person. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that argument before. I think the moniker, the name Pro, indicates that it's a phone that allows people to do more than the standard or status quo of the phone. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So what we were saying, Tech for Your Needs, about the Pro. In my opinion, the name Pro indicates that there is an experience with that phone that takes it one step above the status quo for smartphones. So when I look at like the iPhone 11 Pro or the iPhone 11 Pro Max, there's nothing about it that really makes it a Pro. What they should have did is they should have named it based on its additional camera features. So, if the camera thing is supposed to make it a Pro, but it's just the camera thing that makes it better than the standard variant or the status quo of the market, then they should have named it accordingly to its camera feature, not the fact that it's a Pro, because it's not really a Pro. So I disagree with them just even using the name to begin with. Hey, you're welcome, ACDC. Go Vikings. Big win today. You got it, man. Anytime. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Mike D says, which network testing firm do you trust the most? RootMetrics, OpenSignal, PC Mag, or Tutela? They all can be questionable. And here's why. Each of them supposedly gets some kind of funding or money from like certain carriers. There's like accusations that float around. So honestly, I don't know who to tell you to trust, but I will say if you go to the RootMetrics, you can actually go city by city, which is valuable to a lot of people because you're going to pick a carrier where you live and work. So if it's, the number one carrier, like they have great performance, the speeds are really good, the LTE availability is high, like 99%, whatever. That's the carrier you want to go with because you're in that area. So I like RootMetrics for that. I don't know if OpenSignal does, by region or market, but that seems very useful. The PC Mag one, I don't know, man. I think they do theirs by driving. I don't know. They're all kind of different, but I like to use the RootMetrics when it's like the city by city breakdown and the state breakdowns. I think OpenSignal also does states too. So what's going on, Delon? Spring gang in the house. Vision was taken. Good to have you on. I heard OnePlus will come out with the 7T McLaren edition. When would it be out? I don't know. I don't know if it's. I hear it's 2020, and I hear it's a Verizon exclusive. So we'll see. Verizon is almost all 4G LTE over CDMA now. I don't know how much CDMA they have, but I haven't seen it in years. So I'm pretty sure they decommissioned most of it. They are still doing text through CDMA phones, though. You actually have to call them if you have an LTE-only phone, and they have to provision your service to do everything over LTE. It's the text messaging. That's the hard part. And I think it's the receiving of the text messaging. Sending text can go over LTE without any additional provisioning. Stopped activating 3G phones and prep a shutdown December 31st. I think Verizon stopped activating 3G phones last year, actually. I remember covering that story, I want to say in 2018. Yeah, it's not very good when it comes to national coverage. I mean, without the roaming agreements with T-Mobile and previously on Verizon, they couldn't cut it. I live in Western Montana, Helena, and everyone gets 4G LTE except Sprint. They have roaming agreements in all Montana. They get some 4G LTE, but a lot of 3G speeds. Yeah, they don't have good national coverage. Only 90 hertz is OnePlus, Razer, Rogue, and yeah. Wow, 120 hertz up. That's fantastic. Yeah, no fire. I think some burnt food. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Yeah, whatever. I don't know if it was steak or toast or what. Any phones with 120 hertz screens? It looks like there's a Rogue phone that is. I don't know if it's the 2. That's the newest one. Yeah, fire. This kid's making fires. Change the battery. I think it was like a legit, like there was smoke upstairs. I think there's some burnt bread or something. Oh God. Kids were having s'mores in the room. I thought that was my house. Sorry, man. You think the merger lawsuit's going to stop? No, I think this is really dragging through court, man, honestly. It looks like Deutsche Telekom is hell-bent on this merger. Well, T-Mobile definitely is. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be kicking, screaming, dragging. You know, it's going to be a fight, man. My fire alarm went off out of nowhere. Joy to stream on cell bands. Had to find my manual for my Google 5 variant Moto X4. You know what? I had that phone last year, Slaw, and I think you got I don't think you have 48. I don't think you have 46. I'd be surprised. It would be nice. I don't think you have. I know it's got 71 for T-Mobile. I think it might have 14 for AT&T. If that phone came out last year, it might not. I'm not sure. You could tell me, Slow. What were the bands on it? How can I get it unlocked because it's paid off? I would love for it to be carry unlocked. Just call and have it unlocked. You can call customer care at Sprint, and they have to do it. As long as it's paid off. Yep, those are the 2 phones that are, I think, 120 hertz. It's awesome. Who have the best phone technology around the world? Man, Huawei's got some good tech. They really do. Their chipsets are really good, surprisingly. Like, we kind of, in the US and North America, we kind of get screwed. So if you buy an iPhone, you're stuck with Intel. That sucks. That is by far the worst situation. If you buy, your typical Android flagship, you're stuck with a Qualcomm Snapdragon, which isn't the worst case scenario. But, sometimes they leave you wanting a little bit more, whether it's battery life or whether it's, power. I don't know. It just seems like you feel like they could always do something else. I feel like the Kirin processors from Huawei are awesome. I think they're really good. Samsung makes good chips too. Their Exynos device, manufactured device chipsets are really good. I like them. I wish we had them here. Qualcomm won't let them in. What's up, Sean? Good to have you on. Mega Super Nutella. Delish. Like the Pro naming, I think they finally picked a good name. Now the others in the past. I don't know. If you're going to make a Pro, it's got to really be a Pro phone, though. I don't know how much different the specs will be. It might be a 5G device, actually. Who knows? We'll have to see, but I'm hearing Verizon. Do you think the carriers will keep unlimited data when 5G is completely rolled out? Yeah. Why wouldn't they? If anything, I think it becomes more unlimited, right? The network becomes more high capacity, less slowdowns, that kind of thing. My opinion on unlocked phones, what you should look for T-Mobile. Okay, so always buy an unlocked phone. Make sure it has all bands in case you end up leaving that carrier. Make sure it has all carrier bands. So, for example, what you really need to have with T-Mobile, I mean, all phones have 2 and 4. But you also want to make sure you have 12, which most of them do. But then the big thing is going to be getting band 71, which all the new phones do. Band 66, which the new phones do as well. So those are your extended range LTE and your high capacity speed bands. Now moving forward, it's time to start thinking about things like band 46 with unlicensed spectrum, especially moving into next year. Because if you ever have gone to an airport, you see like how many people are coming off planes using the LTE or sitting down waiting for their plane, using LTE. I mean, that's where band 46 comes into play. So adding that capacity, getting people those speeds in situations like that. Downtown areas, concert series, festivals and stuff like that, where they have those types of things with lots and lots of people in city centers. Makes a lot of sense to use band 46. So having it will be very helpful. And then 48 moving forward, that'll be the CBRS band that goes up for auction summer of 2020. So that's something to maybe think about in 2021. A lot of phones like the flagships are starting to get it though. AT&T doesn't have unlimited 5G for business. That's a good question. Yeah, they don't. It's all tiered. Update on T-Mobile service in Cleveland. It's been awesome. It's been really, really good. I don't know what to do about my house situation though. It's not good here. It's passable on the upper level, bedrooms and stuff like that. Like I can pretty much, I can watch YouTube videos on like standard definition. I can't do like 1080p. It's not fast enough up there. The main floor is touch and go. It's hit or miss. It's difficult. The basement's non-existent. I can't even pull a signal. Glad to have you on, Magic Mike. Hope you're feeling well, man. Thought that was my house. Thought it was my smoke detector. 5G unlimited might be expensive. I mean, there's no other way to do it though. Like, why have all that speed and then cap it? It's really pointless. Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, P. I don't know. What would the outcome be if Sprint wasn't in debt? Sprint would be winning 5G if they weren't in debt. If they did, you guys know I'm building the script right now for the Sprint history of Sprint video. And God, man, it's so depressing. Republic of Gamer. That alarm sounded so loud. I thought it was my house as well. So from what I read, the FCC wants the merger to happen. The price may not change, but some of the money has to go to fines. Oh, yeah, they're going to have to pay that. I mean, they're not going to let that go by the wayside, for sure. I would get an unlimited 5G plan if it becomes more widely available. For now, I'll stick with my 4G. I think a lot of people feel that way, Hideka. When will the iPhone switch from Intel to Qualcomm? I think next year. I'm pretty sure next year. They want it really bad, man. They'll do whatever it takes. I mean, almost whatever it takes. Samsung Note 5 had the Exynos in the USA. Yeah, and then like after that, like you couldn't get it anymore. I think the S6 Edge, some of the S6 generation had some Exynos in it, some of the variants too. I'm on T-Mobile's Military Plus plan. It's awesome. My dad served in the armed forces. He was exposed to mustard gas later. Oh my God. Wow. Wow, that's really awful, man. Yeah, we'll pray for him. My Nexus 7 had an Exynos. What? Really? Mine had like a Tegra something kind of NVIDIA processor. T-Mobile will not back out of the merger without a fight. Sprint needs T-Mobile cash flow. T-Mobile needs Sprint's bands. Yeah, pretty much. Samsung phones and Pixels have all the bands in the US. They sure do. Thanks for that, Seabass. Yeah, I'm praying for him, buddy. iPhone 6 or older. iPhone doesn't have band 12. Wow. Why? Chimi's channel. What's happening, buddy? I was a kid that gassed everyone in basic training. Ugh. Makes you wonder if it's really necessary. See, that's the thing, bud. I even get access to band 66 and it sucks too. I don't know. There's something wrong with the signal. It's either they're lying about the signal or it's reading it wrong. I don't know. Don't you need carrier version phone to take advantage of carrier aggregation? I hear Unlock Connect. No, I mean, it depends on the phone. First of all, if it has the correct bands. And in fact, a lot of the Samsung devices will update the firmware when you put a new or a different SIM card in it. Like, say, for example, I don't have it here. It's somewhere upstairs. I have my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. If I put a Verizon SIM in there, the phone turns off and restarts. It applies the firmware for Verizon. That's going to do all the compatibility for the LTE and all that stuff. If I take the Verizon SIM out and I put in a T-Mobile SIM, the phone turns off and restarts with all the carrier settings for T-Mobile. So, that's what's good about these newer phones with this new software and firmware gets updated, I really don't want to have to do that, man. All right, Slaw, awesome. So that phone, does not have band 14 for AT&T. It does have band 66 for T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. I don't see band 14 there. I thought it would have had it, so it's missing that one. And I don't see band 71. That's crazy. I thought it had band 71. Wow. Okay. Good to know. There's a T-Mobile hotspot that is standalone. You can get it for free. You can put it inside your house. I might have to get it, actually. I have been, contemplating going there and getting that, though. 61 in the live. Thank you guys for being here. If you could, please like the video on your way in. Say hello to the SMT and the rest of the gang here. Verizon was like that when I tested them at home. LTE dropped down to 1x. Wow, you must live in like a bunker or something. No improvement. That sucks. AT&T 5G sucks at my house, but everywhere else it is decent. Oh, it's advanced LTE, right? I don't know, man. I have to film some videos, man. I got a couple updates to do and stuff, so I gotta get to work, Get the standalone cell booster. Usually they give you one for free. We'll see. I don't know. Don't know why T-Mobile wants so much down in text to get a phone on payment. They can't give you the credit line. Their credit line only goes up to like a certain amount. So any $1,000 phone means you're gonna have to put down about $300. Sucks. Sprint T-Mobile merger would already be finished and finalized if they did not get caught doing shady stuff. No, that's not true. They've been headed to court. That December date has been marked for a while. Maybe it wouldn't have held up the FCC vote. Maybe if that's what you mean. Not really, Jason. Just the FCC kind of doing their official voting. That's pretty much it. Merger delayed. More news in December. Pretty much. Asked about giving that hotspot to you. Oh, the signal booster thing. What's up, Jamaal? Good to have you on, buddy. Thanks for being here. Stacy, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate the donation. Switch to T-Mobile. It's excellent. Interior building coverage needs work. Yeah, I think sometimes just the band. For people who get connected to band 71, it seems to work really, really well. I hear band 12 is decent indoors too sometimes. I don't know. I can tell you, though, in my house, it's not very good. Upper level, it's decent. Main level, not good. But, like, I can connect mostly. Basement, non-existent. And my basement's, like, right by a window. I don't know, man. It's like 3 feet away from me. I can't get anything down here. Can't do a thing. Merger's taking longer than it's taking England's fake democracy. What's up, Todd? Good to have you on. We're going for therapy. I'll take care. All right. Take it easy, buddy. Hope you have a good session. LIRR Prodigy. What's the best of these 5 Moto G7 Power, Samsung A20, S8, iPhone 7 or 8? I have a Moto 5e Play. Looking to get one of them soon. If you really like iOS, then get the iPhone. But if it's amongst all those phones, I lean Galaxy S8. I think you'd really enjoy that phone. You're going to get performance. You're going to get a great display. It is by far leaps and bounds ahead of the iPhone 7. It is, in my opinion, better than the iPhone 8. The G7 Power is a nice phone if you're all about battery life, but it's not a power phone. You're not going to use it and think, wow, I'm impressed by this phone. It's just not like that. An A20 is like a budget phone. So in that case, you're really getting what you're paying for. I go with the S8. AT&T sucks in my house. Usually they're actually pretty good inside of buildings and in homes. Note 10 Plus the best. That is a powerful phone. It's a great phone. Looking at the ZT Axon 10 Pro. Band 66 has 2040 minutes. Oh. Might want to check the other bands, though. Make sure it's compatible with your carrier. No down payment, $750 and below on T-Mobile phones. Yeah, so, like, what if you want to get the iPhone 11 Pro? You got to come out of pocket about $200, $250 plus tax, or you still got to pay that. What's up, Frankie? Good to see you on. Band 12 is good for indoors. Band 2.4, just no signal indoors. Yeah, I've noticed that. Get band 12 and 5 at home. It's horrible. I get 3G speeds. God. What will happen if the T-Mobile Sprint merger does not happen? Sprint continues looking for a buyer, 100%. They're still going to want a merger. Big cable, somebody in the cable industry probably. I don't know who. Maybe something with Dish. I don't know. Maybe a third company getting in there, a fourth possibly. Who knows? As for T-Mobile, they're going to go hard on the CBRS band spectrum in June. That's why we'll have some answers from the merger, I think, very, very early 2020. Band 12 sucks indoors for me. Galaxy S8 or iPhone 8 would be my choice. Yeah, me too. Read in the news this week that T-Mobile Sprint has reached a merger agreement with the Florida AG. The Florida, yeah. So I did a story on this, Michael. I kind of highlighted that news. Her name is Ashley Moody, the Attorney General of Florida, and she's in support of the merger. And I think it's kind of her siding with the DOJ and the FCC. And T-Mobile's made some commitments to Florida in terms of call centers and experience centers, stores, economy boosting, network improvements, backup generators, hardware, stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, they're invested in it, right? So worth getting the pre-owned S8 from Boost Mobile. That's all I've got money for right now. So you'd be using it on Boost? I mean, yeah, as long as Boost is good in your area, Yeah. I have the iPhone 7 with Verizon. It's a great phone, but Verizon works great in the building. I work and I have full bars, but 1 or 2 bars everywhere else. That's weird. I usually don't see that type of low signal from Verizon. Usually it's mostly full, 4 and 5 bars. When will X50 5G modem Note 10 come out for AT&T? We're hearing Q4. It's going to be low band, which means you won't be accessing their 5G till mid-2020. So essentially, you'd be buying a phone. It would never be on AT&T's 5G until the middle of next year. I don't know if you want to do that, Black Knight. What kind of speeds do you get in your backyard, front yard? They're not fast. It's like a couple megs per second, like 1 or 2 megabits per second. Actually, the speed outside and inside is not so different. Big Chungus. What up, buddy? The Chungus is officially among us. We hit the 1 hour mark. We're getting there. Keep your visible plan, or do you drop it since it started underperforming for you? Frankly, I still have it. It's a great hotspot for me, honestly. It's working out okay for me. When people ask me what is best phone company for the area they live, I can't answer that because each area is different. The truest words you ever spoke, Tech for Your Needs. Not that you're a liar or anything. I'm just saying that is a very true statement. Everybody always asks, like their neighbors, the people they live near, places they work, what's the best carrier? And then somebody says, oh, I have T-Mobile, it's pretty good. Oh, I have Verizon, it's the best. I have AT&T, it's pretty good. You really just have to try it. You never know until you get the phone in your house. You never know until you get the phone at work. You never know until you start moving around and driving. So you really just have to try the SIM card and see where it takes you, all right? That's really weird. Usually they're pretty good. Yeah, very, very true. My dude Siova in the house. Good to have you on, buddy. Yeah, and you've been killing the live stream game, Siova. I was watching the unboxing for the ROG phone, and that was piquing my interest, man. I was really starting to think about that device because of, the hardware. It seems like such a powerful phone. The display technology, the power in terms of processing, I'm intrigued by it, and I'm usually not. Usually, I'm just thinking about like camera performance. I have a daughter and stuff, and I take tons of photos and videos. So like that's kind of been one of my priorities when I buy a device. But that ROG phone, man, it's interesting as a gaming phone and a high-end performer. It really did get my attention. So thanks for that live stream and that unboxing. I remember when Cricket used CDMA. That would have been what? That would have been the what was Cricket before it was Cricket? I forget the name of the company, man. God, it's slipping my mind now. But before it was Cricket. I remember when AT&T bought it. When the merger is complete, will Samsung build new tablets that will connect directly to a cell network? Samsung does have LTE tablets. Definitely check into those if you're interested in that. T-Mobile is not good at all, and around your house need, I would stick with Verizon. Yeah, but as soon as I like 2 houses away from me, the signal strength goes up a little bit and the speeds go up a lot. It's really, really weird. I've been happy with it. It's like I said, on the main floor, it's not great, but it's usable. On the top floor, it's fine. I can't do heavy lifting on it, but the basement's just a nightmare. And I'm always down here because this is where I record from and stuff like that. What's up, Jonathan from Puerto Rico? Good to have you on, buddy. If you buy a 5G phone now, by the time tech is good enough, the hardware is going to be outdated. Another truest words he ever spoke from Tech for Your Needs. It's so true. The 5G technology that's in 5G phones today, it's going to be obsolete in a year. Essentially, you're being an early adopter, and it's like, man, all these new phones, you'll be saying in 2021, like, man, I shouldn't have bought that phone. Does Verizon still have their CDMA network? Yes, they still do have some CDMA, but they're in the kind of the stages of phasing it out and whatnot. I have an old Cricket CDMA S4 I found won't be able to work for anyone. Yeah, once they decommission everything. Yeah, the phone is a beast. Do a camera review with Gcam. Oh, so you can port in, would you just side load the APK, or do you have to do any type of more complex install? Leap Wireless. Yeah, that's what it was called. Leap Wireless. Yeah. Leap. Clear Wireless? Who was Clear? Was it Clearwire it was called? I forget. Need time to move. Where are we moving? Yes. Remember that. Mustafa's in the house. Just get a T-Mobile signal booster. Good, Steve. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Tonight, 64 10. A couple more minutes. I'm still trying to get to everybody. I see some people are still kind of piling in here. Sneed, you got your wish. 60-minute stream. Hey, what's up, Gary? Good to have you on, man. 30 more minutes. I don't know about all that. I have a newer T-Mobile Nokia signal booster if you want it. I'm not sure if it's tied to accounts. Which provider is it for, Alan Dub? Leap Wireless. Sneed's coming to Colorado. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. A move for me is not out of the realm of possibility. As long as my teaching license transfers, sure, why not? Sprint bought Clear's WiMAX network. Yeah, and what they do with it. Got it. Leap Wireless. I do remember Singular Tech for Your Needs. I had Singular. I'm trying to think of the years I had them, man. Maybe 2003, 4, right before AT&T bought them. Like, remember Ameritech? It was like Ameritech, Freeze is coming to Colorado tonight. Uh-oh, that was fast. But not buy a 5G phone until 2022 or 2023. Can't be mad at you for that. Breaking news and reviews. Can't be mad at you for that at all. It's the kind of the infancy stages of 5G. It doesn't make business sense to do it. Oh, it is for T-Mobile? Okay. Depends, man. They're going to be paying me. Ronald, you are late, man. What speed did WiMAX get? We're talking pre-LTE, MT Houston, Texas. If it was getting a couple megabits per second, man, I would have been surprised. Find my old Galaxy S4. Snapchat doesn't work on it. Can't update the app, man. I remember the orange Singular. I remember all that stuff. I teach science, man. I teach, like this semester, I've got like biology and environmental science. The biology is cool. I like teaching that. I've been teaching that for 10 years. The environmental science, I've just recently started teaching again last couple of years. Why is 5G phone so expensive? It's all the additional hardware that goes into it. They're just, they're going to charge for it. Mostly the modems, the chipset, that sort of thing. Oscar, my brother, what's happening? I liked Singular when I had them, actually. I remember Revel. Oh, my God, George. I remember Revel. I remember when it was North Coast PCS or whatever. I remember that stuff. I don't know if it was national. I don't know if it was regional. I don't even remember, man. I just remember having it. And it was like really sketchy coverage, man. Really sketchy coverage. 4G devices are a little cheaper than 5G devices. Oh, much cheaper. Usually between like $300 and $400 difference. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. I mean, I make a decent wage, man. I'm not complaining. Of course, I'd love to be making more money. Clearwire. Okay, remember that. I taught English. I don't think what you teach makes you smarter than another person. The difference between global and domestic unlocking the phone. So if you domestic unlock a device, it would be on the carriers here in the US. If you global unlock the device, you could take it anywhere. You could take it to Europe, you could take it to the Middle East, Asia, and insert any SIM card from there too. Sorry, I can't be on. I have another ring. It's okay, Greg. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. It's Suncom, but then it was sold. I remember Suncom. Why are the cell phone companies trying to force 5G on us for them being the provider is perfect? Yeah. I mean, but they want to give you a reason, to kind of see them as the better provider, like they're doing the most for you, I had Voice Stream. I remember Voice Stream. Yeah. All right, I think that's kind of where we'll wrap things up. I want to thank you guys for being here on the live stream. If you could, please like that video if you haven't done so already. If you're watching this on replay, big shout out to the replay gang. Thank you guys for watching as well. Drop me some comments on some of the things we spoke about or say hello, whatever. Thank you guys again for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed. We got some videos coming out, so make sure that you are notified. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. I want to thank my moderators. Rafi was here tonight. Thank you for taking care of business. Pete was here also moderating. Thank you for being here as well. It's okay, Pete. There's always more podcasts. You know that. And we love having you on. And I don't know, did I miss any other mods? I think that was it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Just some light conversation. I was just happy to kind of hang out and be here with you guys. So fun times. I actually have to record some videos, do some editing, work on some scripts and stuff. So I'll be at work for the channel. So I'll get to that. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope your favorite football team won today. And if they didn't win today, hopefully they win tonight or tomorrow. And we'll see you guys on the next podcast. I'll see you guys for the midweek podcast. Maybe we'll do it Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll keep you guys posted. Go ahead and, check out the links in the description box of this video. Got the PayPal share link if you guys want to make a donation. Many thanks in advance for that. Big thanks to all that provided super chats tonight and made donations to the channel supporting production here. Thank you guys for that. Check out the Discord gang if you guys want to get more involved with the community there. There's also the Patreon page if you guys want to get exclusive access to new videos and different types of content that don't make it to the YouTube channel publicly. So check those things out. Get more involved with the community. Thank you guys for watching. I think I'll leave it at that. I am the SMT, and then we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.